5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. It's Friday. Welcome to the Live with Neve show. Thrills, spills, chills. We have live animals, tamed animals, breathless animals. We have all kinds of crazy coming up today. Welcome. Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. Here we are live with Neve. I'm sitting here in my chair, comfortably sipping a nice, good, clean seltzer. You know what the best seltzer is? The cheapest seltzer. Yeah. All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Today we have no real guests scheduled. It's just me, and I'll probably do a short show. Most of today will be spent doing other things. I have no guests assigned today, so I'm going to just give you my spin on what's going on out there, and a couple of the usual suspects may drag themselves in, but here we are. It is Friday, the day after Halloween, and I wonder if anybody out there has had any Hollywood craziness in their life. Let's see if I have any Hollywood craziness here. Hold on, peeps. I'm going to be doing a little... Turn that on. All right. That way we can have some a little drum action. So I'm looking here at the news today, and there's just all kinds of crazy. This whole elections. There's a rumor here that Trump calls for Cheney's execution. I wonder about that. That's something we'll have to look into. Let's see. LeBron James endorses Harris. I'm not shocked. A very online error. Satan fired the Fox host. It's getting weird now. Tucker Carlson claims to have been attacked by demons. Blood in bed and claw marks. That usually happened to me with some rather ambitious young lady. Never mind, it's another story. It's getting so crazy out here. You know, you got Giuliani in a shocking rant against Haitians. The fact is, I'm not shocked about that. You know, the Haitian thing's kind of a mess. We screwed that country up. The Clintons took millions and millions and never did a thing about it. They built 4 houses. So there's plenty of blame to go around with Haiti, as there is with most of these big problems. The Republicans and the Democrats, they don't give a shit about Haiti. Don't kid yourself. They're doing this just because somebody caught it, or there's more people dying, or there's more refugees coming here. So that's just more crazy that we have going on. I'm really of the opinion I'm getting more and more into the middle where I just can't stand the whole thing. It's so many people on each side who are heinous and reprehensible. 2 dead, 6 injured in a shooting in downtown Orlando amid Hollywood's celebration. Yeah, great. It's something that I haven't seen covered, and perhaps some of my friends in Los Angeles can come and tell me, you know, what's going on out there. When you guys won the series against my beloved New York Yankees, if anybody's pulled in now, you know, the Yanks got beat. Just played shitty, bottom line. I don't know why. I don't know what their problem with the game was, but they weren't firing on all cylinders. So, at any rate, I'm going back looking here. Radiohead, you know, all this politics, it screws up so many things. It's just it's really maddening. Paper, fuck the billionaire asshole owners of Washington Post and LA Times. That's because they did not pick a candidate. And I guess my question for everybody is, do you think you have to pick a candidate I don't know. I'm doing a Kamala Harris moment here. What's the story? Anyhow, we'll move on. Oh, okay. Here it was. The paper's a small paper here. I'm going to open it up and see what they're yakking about. They're apparently mad. Okay, it's the San Francisco Gate. They ran an editorial and they're all pissed off. And they said, we don't need newspaper endorsements when Trump is losing this all on his own. So there you have it. That's what San Francisco. It's a very liberal paper, obviously, and good for them. Whatever. That's the problem with politics. There's so many things. Both parties have some good ideas, but we'll never get together and work on them together. So a lot of shit won't happen. Prison work assignments are used to lure and rape female inmates. Guards sometimes walk free. Huntington, West Virginia, a place that I'm really shocked they have a problem with guards raping women or a guard. We have a story here of a woman who's called over the intercom telling her to report to work release. April Youst woke from her bed. When she got downstairs, she said Wyden offered her to save her some money by opening the cage, a little room with free washers and dryers reserved for new prisoners who had started their jobs. She gratefully stepped inside, and then she said everything changed. He's rubbing himself, and he was like, it's time to pay. That's an account that a minor gave 8 years ago. He was charged 2 years later, pled not guilty, and it's continually winding through the court system. Youst is part of the fastest growing population behind bars. Did anybody know that? It's women. Most of them are locked up for nonviolent crimes that are drug-related. Though they've been long victims of sexual violence, a number of reports. How about this? Let me run for president, and we'll make it so that only women guard women, and only men guard men. Now, I know people who are civil libertarians or women's rights activists or any other kind of activist. I don't care what you are, left, right. This makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. You don't have to listen a little. I mean, my information, I'm a cheap date. Bottom line, we have guys in prison who rape on women all the time. And you got the same problem goes on in men's prison by the women guards, like having romances with these guys, and they're going on the lam. They lam it off. They're gone for a month. Some poor sap's wife, you see him on TV, he's up in upstate New York, he's like, she's always been a good wife to me. Oh, yeah, man, she ran off 3 criminals. She's having sex and partying, and she's on a 2. God damn it. They're going to catch her and track her back, but I'll take her back because I love her. I just love her so much. Okay, so enough about the luring work inmates. I'm shocked, I say. So, more rain batters Spain as the rescuers dig through debris. How about we hear about what's going on in North Carolina, somebody? That would be really nice to get an update on that. It seems strangely missing from the regular news. I'm actually looking for it and don't see a thing. Now, here's a great story. This has got to be like some tinfoil hat shit. Yes, it's the Star. It is the pinnacle of journalism. Oh, it's gone. Where'd it go? This is the kind of crap that keeps people stupid. But I'm going to, got it, okay? A UFO expert has claimed that aliens visited every major nuclear base and do it several times a year. So, in the words of Robert Hastings, he spent years interviewing former and current United States Army personnel. Blah, 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 blah. And people are weird, Anybody who really thinks that they're going to have... it's getting too weird. Yes, I do believe there's a possibility of aliens, but they're not just hanging around showing these guys at the English version of the National Enquirer. They're not doing crap. What do I got up here? We got a comment. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Hello, Bill. It's you and me, bud. Yes, sometimes you have to practice regardless. When you have a show, you have a debt to get up and do it. You got to do it, right? You got to put your shit into it. I got guests. I have a couple of bands who count on my ad being played. And Bill Puig of Legion of Prague. You're welcome to Prague Nation right now. Or imprognization. That's what my show is always. Okay, so in Spain they have a death toll up to 205. Like I said, I don't really Um, I don't know what to say. There's not really anything good here that I can talk about. Women dominate early voting for whatever reason. That's a good thing. That's a good metric, I assume. Let's see. Pittsburgh's now the center of political universe. I don't think so. So not so much. And I'm looking. There's anything else? I'm trying to just find a good news story before I do something else. Not much. Let's see what the world newspapers are saying. Headlines. Page 1, motherfucker. Okay, and here we have it. The United States of Anxiety. That's the headline on the journalistic, most credible in the world, USA Today. Okay, The Guardian says Reeves will have, this is over in England, they're going to have to raise $9 billion for public services, which they don't have any left. Got to support those advertisers. You're damn right, Bill. These people are good people, and, I love them. They're all good folks. They always have a good time on the Live with Me show, even when they're not here. So I'm looking at a new press reader that I've got on my iPad just to see, basically all around the world. We have Say It to Their Faces on the New York Post. We have, let's see, The Guardian in Australia. Gina Roberts is fighting because she wants a private jet. I do too. And if I'm going to have one, I want either a Gulfstream or maybe a Falcon. Either one would be cool. Beggars can't be choosy, just not good. So, the Independent, England's a mess, people. They're selling England by the pound, as Genesis would have said a long time ago. Yeah. It's crazy what's going on. And then the Daily News has a bunch of Democrats on the cover saying, say it to their faces. So let's see what this is all about. Okay. New Harris campaign insults women around Trump as weak and dumb. It takes one to know one. That's all I can say. I don't know about all this. But, I respect your opinion if that's what you think. And I think that I'm happy the Dodgers won for all my friends in LA who are so wound up and they're digging it and having a great time. And that's the good thing that comes out of sports. It's, some fraternal love for one another, except when we go to Philadelphia and then we throw batteries. I know that story never gets old. The story of Philadelphians throwing batteries at Santa Claus on Battery Day or whatever. I guess Energizer was giving out bunny batteries and shit got out of control. I'm trying to look and see what's going on in Europe. There's a massacre. They're talking about the over in Spain. They're talking about the rain killing people in droves. It's awful. At any rate, let me get out of this thing. Go back to all the news that's fit to cry about. How about I haven't seen as much on the news today, but there was. My LA people, if you're out there, tell me about these so-called riots that went down after the game the other night. Now, I'm no stranger to strange things like that happening during sports events. Having lived in Tampa, I've many times had my car. On New Year's Eve, we played a gig, and I'd done 3 shows that day, and the last one was from midnight until 2 in the morning in Harbor Island, big island downtown. And that was the day of the Outback Bowl. And you're welcome, Bill. A great prog rock reference, and I knew you'd get it because that was strictly for you. I've been saving that one all week. At any rate, that night I was really beat tired. I'd played 2 gigs in Clearwater with the Shakes, and then I packed my car, drove across the bay, and got to my gig where I encountered my old friend James Crocker. Jay, if you're out there watching, hats off to you. Back in the days when we used to drink alcohol in copious proportions. As most of my friends know, I don't drink anymore, which yay for me. But it does give me a little more clear-headed focus, and I certainly need that. I take a lot of zinc, too. So between Tucker Carlson getting attacked by a demon and Flynn predicting violence. They're trying to gin everybody up and get them ready for stupid people to do stupid things. And now, oh, this is actually a fun story. But I feel sorry because I don't like people who out people. If someone's gay and they choose to stay closeted, don't be an asshole. Let someone live their life and make their own life decisions for themselves. I really find that creepy and nasty. And here's a good story. A Miami bank robber tells judge to give me the max. He wants to be in prison, but why? Ding, 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 ding. Why do you think that is? I just don't know. I can't quite wrap my head around that. All right, and I've got a friend of mine from down in Charlottesville who's just stepped into our wonderful dressing room. Come on in, Julia. Julia, if you can get your camera turned on and all that, I'm about to go to a break. Hey, Julia, can you hear me okay? You don't hear me? You've got to turn on your headphones. Put on earbuds. And I'm going to a break, and we'll have you on in a minute. This is our friend Julia Pope. I met her down in Chattanooga or wherever the hell I was, somewhere down in the South. And she's a comedian, she's a comic, photographer, and just all around cool chick. I invited her on this morning just so that we would have a little fun. But we're going to do a couple of breaks. We'll be right back. You're on Live with Neve. It's 10:17. I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
There's some changes headed, like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarettes. CarltonWilkinson.com and CarltonJWilkinson.com.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live with me.
All right. Let's just say, hey, Julia, your camera is quite peculiar. Oh, yes, definitely. Free meals and lodging. Hey, Jay, how are you? We'll get an update on the hurricane system. Will we ever survive? So, here we are. I've got a friend of mine. I just rang her up this morning and was going to the show, and I always try to call around and find some friends just to pop in when I'm doing kind of an informal show. Jay is my old friend and spiritual and legal advisor from Florida. We always get together and argue politics, and we have a good time. Other than that, and actually we have a good time about that because it's been years. But today, I'm not talking politics. We've moved on, and we're going to be talking just, I don't know, some other kind of fuckery for today. Jay, as always, I always hope that you win in your election pursuits, and I hope everybody gets the the candidate they want. That's it. Dominus Dominum, let it be written. Dominus Frobiscum and Conspiritu Too Old. Don't you eat my sleazy pancakes. Just the faintly Alfonso, another arcane music reference for you fans out there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on our friend Julia. Julia's from not Chattanooga. I'm going to let her tell us. I ran around a bunch of towns down there, and I don't recall where the hell we met. Some bar-filled southern town. Hey, you're in my living room. What are you doing? Turn your mic on. She's in my living room, people. She must be stalking me. She's in my second house. Okay, I don't hear you yet. We see you. You're in glorious color. Julia is a photographer, and you can tell she's an electronics whiz as well. And she's also, I don't know what she's doing in my house down in South Florida. This is ridiculous. Jay, do you recognize the living room, buddy? With a lead-filled snowshoe. Peekaboo. I said, an Eskimo. I'm just as evil as an Eskimo boy can be. I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me try to make sure your level's set up here. Edit mic settings. I have you at an acceptable half, a nominal thing. I'm going to get rid of the automatically adjust mic, but we don't hear you. Here's my best advice. Why don't you log out, log back in, and check your microphone right at the beginning, and we'll be right here waiting. I can't hear you. I can read lips pretty well, though. So, yeah, great googly moogly. In fact, it's another thing about Jay Crocker. Of all the Frank Zappa concerts I've been to in my life, most of them, or a good percentage of them, have been with Jay. We were both two weird kids at Plant City High School, and we met over a shared fondness for, what we'd call it, recreational pharmaceutical testing. We were lab animals for many projects. Let's see, we had midnight rides across the tracks at times. We did all kinds of crazy stuff. We met some interesting people one night in a van. We partied with these folks down in the hood, and we had a moment of Southern and Black respect and parody and a great evening talking about how fucked up the world was. And we were only 17, but we were all digging each other. And Julia's coming back. I don't see her yet, but that's okay. Let's see. Her mic's... Hello? Can you do a Gene Simmons thing? You have any other interesting... think about this as a challenge. Folks, I want you to, in the comments, because Julia can see them, I'll put them up on the screen. She's essentially speaking to us as a comic without a voice. So she's got a real challenge here. Because first off, she's funny, and I've heard her do her bit. It's on YouTube, so I'm going to plug her while she's here. But do you have any stupid human tricks or anything that you can do? Do you shoot ping pong balls out your ears or nostrils or anything like that? Gosh, we're losing this one. What are you calling us on? Through sign language? Is it a phone or a laptop? At any rate, I want to know what you're doing in my living room. This is, yeah, Jay, that's it. How about you do a mime thing? I fucking hate mimes. I hate to say that, people. If there's any mimes in the audience and I offend you, I'm dreadfully sorry. I've already got the Tourette's world pissed off at me, so I will not be doing Tourette's Man today, okay? Don't get excited out there. The people got upset about my Tourette's Man, but yet fucking Howard Stern goes on there and he's asking about putting Leslie West's girlfriend's flipper up her cooch. So, I mean, what can I tell you? We have a modest Christian family-based show here. And I know that Julia knows what that's all about. She lives in the land of the Baptists down in Tennessee. People like me are on their hit list. Bad. Definitely in trouble down there. A fish out of water, if you will. In the meantime, I always think you have to make a positive out of a negative, and we're trying here. Julia's looking at the screen desperately. She's going, shit, what did I get myself into? This weirdo guy calls me up on the phone. out of the blue. She's gracious enough to come on with us. And what the fuck, man? We have to, maybe it's the Baptists. They're keeping the signal from coming here because of my show. It's getting, those people, the whites are dancing with black people, and God, they're smoking marijuana. Oh, Lord, have mercy. What'll we do? Oh, gosh. Well, I'm going to take you off cam for just a few minutes. I don't know what. I love you, and we're going to have you back, I guess, because unless you have some new mime tricks you want to show us. And listen, get out of my living room, and when you go, you got to leave the key under the mat. I love this. This is great. She's literally in my home. I use this living room myself all the time. Remember, the sheets aren't clean there. Julie and the band were there, or whatever her name is. Who was I on the road with? I can't remember now. Can't talk about that. I'm persona non grata in certain realms of the South. They're going to have a posse waiting for me at the border. Oh! Wait, no, that was her. Gina's on. All right. Gina, would you like to come on the show this morning? The reason I'm asking you is you were in LA, and I know you have to be a Dodgers fan. And my thing was, I'd like to get a little of your insight. They're posting in the news here in New York that there was a huge riot and, people died. And I was talking earlier, Jay Crocker, I think, was with me the night that my Honda got smashed after a Outlook Bowl game. And I stopped telling the story, but all these yahoos ran down the row of cars. Listen, right here, you got it. Love the Dodgers, no riots. That's what I said. I'm like, I don't know. It happens. Look, it happened in Tampa. It wasn't really a riot, though. It was just what you call, it's like celebratory gunfire when you shoot your weapons into the sky. If you're in some dreadful hellhole in the Mideast, you win, you shoot your bullets up on birthdays, celebrations, circumcisions, all kind of, popular. Oh, they don't do that over there. They shoot in the sky. But anyhow, if I've offended anyone out there, I hope not. As I said, we have Julia still hanging, and she's trying desperately to get on, and I hope she comes on. She's a funny girl. Again, Joy Behar has been scolded by her bosses after exposing a guest's secret lesbian romance. Well, why would you go on The View if it was secret? It's not secret when she told excited crowd with a few bottle rockets. I mean, geez, that's kind of lame. That doesn't meet my expectations. Hell, I've had parties at my house that were more exciting than that. At Jay's house too, actually. Thinking about it, when Jay and I used to hang out, like trouble would follow us occasionally. Things happened. I do think it was BS about the whole Rangers. The Dodgers riots. I'm just scanning in case any breaking news comes through here. San Francisco, they have a new mayor's race. They're hoping to clean it up. What do you think, Pete? Does it really matter left or right who wins in California there? Oh, they have a parade downtown today. Great. At this point, San Francisco is a fool's errand for any politician who wants to have a chance of moving forward. They're just not doing well financially, and I don't know what it'll take to get them out of it, but it's a mess. And the place is a mess, which is sad because it really is a beautiful city. It's like one of my favorite places. But now I'd have to be over the bridge up at Lucasfilms, which is where I've been visiting, and it was incredible. Just a great place. So yeah, it's too bad. I imagine the crowd will be a big party today in LA. So it's funny because here at the shore, it's gray and cold, but not cool. It's cool. There's no humidity. It's probably about 65, and it's a perfect gray. I can see the ocean, but it's kind of misty, and we're supposed to have some rain. So California and the beautiful sun would be really great. Unfortunately, our friend has bailed out. Unfortunately, she cannot get her tech system cooking, but we'll have Julia back. She's good. She's a funny girl. Any rate, what else can we talk about? Bill, I got nothing, man. What do you got? How about you, Jay? What do you got? You have any political pronouncements? You want to make any prognostications about the election? We can bet on the point spread of either one who wins. What that'll be, James, if you're up for it. Here I am on the air making a bet with my friend. Anyhow, okay, so let me check the clock here. Oh my God, it's so quick. I mean, really, I've been just sitting here yapping. 2 15-minute periods have gone away, and it's time to run some more ads. So here we go.
Hey guys, my name's Eli Alger, and I'm here on Live with Neve.
Oh. Right. I'm sorry. I'm a heartless animal here. I'm addressing. No.
Well, no, you are. I mean, I've been warned about you in the past that you really don't give a shit about people or anything. And this
no, I think they're all, we just kill the poor.
You're going to edit all Julie and I out anyhow, and this will just be you when it airs, won't it?
And that drummer joke is just going to go.
Oh yeah, the drummer's joke will have to go.
Dead in the
really
water.
pissed me off.
You're right, James.
I don't get upset. What do you mean? Let me ask you this: have you ever had? How many biggest fans have you encountered? That just not that they were harmless. Like, how many people have you ever had to run into that just kind of?
All right, that's enough of that. So, people, what's happening out there? I'm trying to just. We made it. I was going to do a half-hour show, but there's a couple of you lurking around, so I feel like I'm derelicting my duty here as a host. I love this paper. It just says, fuck the billionaire asshole owners of Washington Post and LA Times. And we have a story below it. I took the infamous Donald Trump mugshot. It left me fearing for my life. Huh. Then they post his picture and his, where he works. Sheriff Pat Labatt he's the 28th sheriff of Fulton County. He described the moment. He said, his actions have led to his family being threatened, no doubt by some pig-sticking redneck nut who, I'm going to get him arrested, man. I'm going to kill you because you messing with my Trump. That's craziness, I'm telling you. Julia's back. And does she have sound? We will do a test. A drum roll, please. I only have one stick, people. All right, there we go. Let's see if we've got some action here. Hi, Julia. Hello? You're on camera. I don't think she hears us either at the moment. She's not hearing me because, Julia, are you wearing underpants? She can't hear me. Sorry about that. Do you have clean underpants? Okay, we're going to descend into the gutter here, people. We're going to bring Julie back in a minute. She is a sweetheart. I'm so sorry she's having problems. So this guy who's the sheriff is threatened. Man, he's got a tough job, and Trump was definitely giving him the stink eye, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to go and take his life. I kind of doubt it. There's too much crazy going on with everybody. The shooting in Orlando sucks. That kind of blows. Fire my IT guy. No, in this case, James, she's in my fucking South Florida home. Isn't it you who years ago when I first started the show and I was using that backdrop, you told me how great my living room looked? I vaguely recall that back when I was, my IT guy's got to go. If I owned a company, I'd have to fire myself. Let's try again, see if she hears me this time. Hello? Hi. Can you hear me? Nod your head. Hello? Can you bark like a seal? Oh. No, you can't hear me, can you? No, she can't. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? Julia, we can put them on screen. We can do sort of a teletype thing. Hello, Julia. I am Neil. Oh my God, that's a terrible joke. God almighty. People, my brother, as some of you know, and this is just some grim black humor, I have to share and get it off my chest. I'm sitting in my house in the hospital room with my brother about a month ago. And as most of you who watch the show know, he's had a really bad health problem. He had his larynx removed. He's suffering from cancer. It's a horrible thing. But we still have to find some humor in every bit of life. And he laughs about it. And he made me crack up, which is in the grim state of mind I am when I go see him. The humor is the only thing keeping me alive. And he said, I'm not going to get one of those things in my throat. And instead of saying, oh, I understand, I told him, I think you ought to get the robot thing. That way when you're in the grocery store, like some kid's in line in front of you and go, hello, kid, I am a robot. You little bastard. I saw you steal that candy off the shelf. Put it back. Mom, this guy is singing his throat. He's a robot, man. He's perving on me. You know, he cracked up. And so what's funny about it is, to me, is he decided to get one. I'm sorry. It's just a drum roll crash. Can you hear that out there? Nod your head. Julia, can you hear that? Or are you just enjoying my banter? Here, we're going to direct the band. Frank Zappa composing. Watch out where the Huskies go, don't you eat that yellow snow. Watch where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. All right. So, this is the last 12-minute segment, and I'm just sitting here right now doing stupid human tricks. I hope you all love my shirt. It comes from Temu of China. It cost all 30 cents. They paid some poor wog. They paid the son of a bitch like 3 cents a month. He's down there running on a treadmill at home when he's not. He's got to run that to get his food packet dropped into his bowl. It's really fun working in China, believe me. You think you got a rough life here. At any rate, I'm wearing the slave labor produced t-shirt proudly. I've also got some t-shirts ordered that say, it's for my new football team called the Caucasians. We've decided we're going to take all this, the Redskins and everybody that we all hate these, indigenous people's names. How about we just call ourselves the indigenous fucks? That's my idea of a team. That, when we come into town, man, it's like Motley Crue in the 80s. They show up, you got fucking 40 football players. They run amok. They crash the town. I'm trying to remember. Chattanooga is where Julia comes from, and she's still trying to figure out her. Where is it? I'll read your words. I can't. This is not working, people. I try to help the handicapped, but oh man. So I have to ask before I do the joke: is Tourette's a bad subject in your household? Have you ever? My first joke of the day is, tell me the truth. Have you ever laughed at a Tourette's person when you were in a public gathering? You didn't know what it was? And, hey, say something. You might have kicked in. Julia? I heard a blink. Oh, she is here looking at the screen. I'm going to take her off for a minute. She's going to get self-conscious. I'm sitting here, keep looking at her and making jokes up. Because I can tell if at least she's hearing me because she's laughing, so I figure I'm doing something. Yeah, at any rate, I got in a lot of trouble for doing the Tourette's man thing, and Gina's here, so I'm going to behave. I think she was a witness to that. There was blood on the floor after the show. But that happens sometimes. I'm a big free speech advocate, so I try to temper it with a little bit of taste personally, but, my tastes sometimes are kind of random and bizarre. I'm trying to see if there's any more fun stories that we can ridicule today. I don't know. I think the best news is that I can't say it. Never mind. Sometimes even I have boundaries that I cannot cross. There's now a new painting. They're selling for $180,000 at Sotheby's, which shows that sometimes people have more money than brains. And it's Ali Da, so I'll let you take a look at this gruesome twosome. Here we go. That's the art she produced, and the humanoid standing there is the Fluketronics 5700, which is related to the Department of Appliantology model 1545. The Plukerizer 7000. So for those of you who've seen the Plukerizer or heard of it or heard it in operation, it's quite the thing to give the tape op to the studio. You tell them they have to go find the Plukalizer, the Plukalator, not to be confused. Are you still there? Stuck. Go with me. I want you to go 1, 2, 3. Fuck. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. You're not very good taking directions, are you? Gosh, and she has no tricks that you can do. I'm gonna see what I would do if I can't talk. You people, it's hard for me, man. I'm really a man of a few million words. That's what my grandfather was called, and I think I've taken after him, unfortunately. Could certainly get me into trouble. But Julia, folks, this is Julia Pope, and I'm going to have her back on. She is not mute. I wish right now she had Tourette's. She could do something funny for us. I know that's terrible, isn't it? Fuck! I'm sorry. Anyhow, that's the only time I'll do that. I promise everybody I will behave from now on. I really, it's one of those days. I got to tell you, folks, I'm just here yakking because I got nothing better to do today. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to go get some groceries and stuff. I'm going to play my music and have a good afternoon. But, I didn't have a guest, and I thought, should I go on? Should I not? And duty calls, that's one of those things. So, since this day is ending, I'm going to go ahead and run a few clips. Julia, I'm going to have you back, and you and I have to do sound check. Your darling people, I'm saying it for her. My people, oh, I love all the little people. Well, thanks for calling up. And we'll have you back on. We'll talk about Gina. And no, I'm kidding you. That's the name I cannot utter on the air. I don't. Gina's great, honestly. We're very difficult people, both of us. But she is excellent. She makes a great record. At any rate, I'm going to see you guys soon. Let me go in. We're going to bring in some Leland Sklar, a couple of clips from him. I hit one of them by accident. And I'm going to go back to it. It's more entertaining than I am. Let's find the first one, though. Not just the drop. Where is it? Okay. Leland Sklar. This is part 5, so part 1. Hell, we're off with part 5. It'll kill some time. Huh?
Yeah, I'll show you this.
Oh, please do. Yay.
Oh, we're going for the bass.
No, not a bass, but I used my Frankenstein bass today on it, which was my old right arm. But a guy sent me a song to do for him, but it was like 38 pages of music because all he had was a score. So I sat here with my paper cutter, removing all of the bass parts on it. And here's the chart I used, and I had to tape it all together. And this is like, you can see it up close. It's just every one of these is another piece of tape in here.
It's another bass line.
So that's my bass chart here.
Yes,
That's
you're quite
brilliant.
a talented artist there, Mr. Sklar.
You do what you got to do.
That is
Can
true.
you bring us some glass bowls? Did anybody in the 60s say, Sklar, blow me a bong, please? No.
No, they would just say, blow me.
No, they might say, could you possibly? What
want
is
a glass
the correct
pipe,
terminology? I don't know.
See, the hard part of all that was, and the people that knew me, I've been doing this so long, I've never drank and I've never done drugs.
Yeah.
Ever.
You are wow, you are a
That's
paramount of health, man. You are the best.
That explains a lot.
What it explains is why a lot of people don't want to be around me, because I still have memory. And there's a lot of stuff that people have wanted to forget over the years, but I always go, oh no, that's not right. Let me remind you of what you were really doing that night. And then they go, oh fuck, oh, get out of here.
Oh man, that's
Sounds-
brutal.
This sounds so familiar. We have this often, don't we, Neil?
Oh, it's happened. I haven't had a drink in going on 3 years, and it's a whole different world.
But we've known each other for about 25 years. So when the story thing starts, we're both like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That sounds like a Warren Zevon song opening a weird
Very
door.
much.
So,
Very much.
I want to ask you a little bit about Warren, because you've been talking about it on the show. I've been watching your videos. Just a weird question, which, not people always like to focus on the Purian aspects of Warren's life, which I don't give a shit. I've done a lot of dumb things, but
When you first did the sessions with him, did you come in and know who he was? And then the first time you met him, was it doing a session with him, or did you run into him prior?
Yeah, I think the first time I met Warren was probably in the studio, and we became, pretty much immediate friends. I mean, being around Warren was kind of like being around Hunter Thompson or one of these people.
Right.
They're thinking on a whole other level, and with Warren, it really depended on if he was sober or not. But in the studio, his focus was like a laser. He really kind of knew what he wanted. And one of those guys, the thing I loved about Warren so much was he could write the goofiest kind of, satirical song and then turn around with the next song, you're tearing your heart out emotionally.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He ran a tremendous gamut and his keyboard playing, his guitar playing, everything was really wonderful. And it was all really him, like Randy Newman.
Yes.
That kind of
absolutely.
These guys, they're really a package. All their talent comes to surface in this one presentation. And I always loved, I would love to have toured with him. Now, the fun part of working with Waddy Wachtel is the fact that he and Warren, their friendship began when they were in the Everly Brothers band together.
I didn't realize they were
Some of the stuff goes way back to the late 60s and stuff. I mean, it's a real, now that time has, traveled with us over all these decades.
Right.
You really, you start to see things in a different way where, like when you were first starting, you never saw you were going to have a career. You were happy to have a gig.
Exactly. Right.
It was never going to be, and they were going to discover any day that I don't know what the hell I'm doing and call somebody else kind of thing. And, so it
was when those complaints about your beard started coming in.
I just at that point I just didn't give a shit about it. I figured if they couldn't take, if my follicles were bothering them, it's just
they're follicular challenged.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't look at this as baldness. I look at it as plate tectonics.
All right. Now that was always fun. So listen, everybody. It's great to have had you stop by and hang out for a little bit. I'm going to go. I got some drum practicing to do and some guitar practicing. So I've got some time to do it. I'm going to take advantage of it. And I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, it's great. I don't have any really big plans. I've got a lot of cleaning to do. I'm thinning out the house, looking at some properties down in the south, and take about half of my crap and find a small place down south where we can have a winter headquarters, so to speak. And hopefully that'll come together. All I can say is, if you got a dream, follow it, build it, have a good life. Jay, I'll see you soon. I will be down at some point in the near future.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, live with Neve.
Bye. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. I'm going to have to do that. Talk to you later, Gina. See you around 4.